We are all cosmic travelers. Unfortunately, we have forgotten our true identity. You are the universe. You just don't know it. You came from the stars. You are stardust. You were never born, and you will never die. You are eternal. I bet you never heard this in Sunday school. You are not a sinner. God does not judge you. Man judges. Man tries to tell you your religion is no good. God accepts all religions. Even if you don't believe in God, God loves you. This is the nature of the universe. The universe does not judge. We throw human emotions to God. We say that God is a wrathful God. We say that God is an angry God. These are negative human emotions thrown to God. God is a love so pure that nothing can taint it. The creative force knows only love. No negativity exists there. There are no wars in heaven. There are no fallen angels. Well, maybe you can put man in that category. We come down to earth to discover our true nature. When our body dies, we go back to God. We are not born sinners. God does not judge us. Yet, we should learn from our mistakes. This is our goal in life, gaining wisdom from your mistakes. We will never stop learning and growing. You have been around forever. Don't get stuck in the same record groove where you do the same thing over and over again. Maybe the spiritual path is so practical that we can't see the use of it. Imagine seeing this world through a peephole. You can see the world, but your sight is limited. Your way of thinking is limited. Now imagine walking through the door and out into this world. At first, you would be blinded by the light. Over time, your eyes would adjust, and you would then see the world more clearly. All the great masters have talked about this in their own ways. Spirituality is living a practical life. The Buddhists say, chop wood, carry water. This would change if we lived up to this responsibility. We all have a piece of the puzzle. Discover your piece and put it on the game of life. We are cosmic travelers. I love building castles in the sand. I remember building them when the tide was low. It was so much fun. We had our buckets of water and sand. We were never very good like what they can do today. Yet we had our sandcastles. They were our creations. It was always amusing when the tide came in. There was nothing you could do. The rising tide simply dissolved the castles. It didn't matter how grand or simple the castles were. The rising tide did not discriminate. The tides always came in, and the tides always returned. Doesn't that kind of represent the tides of life? We come into this world, we live and build our own statues. Somehow, the tide comes in and washes us away. I'm not trying to scare you. This is just the facts of life. Like there's 4 seasons, everything changes. Nothing is permanent. Everything changes. There's a beauty behind it. All the great masters have taught that life seems to be permanent, yet it isn't. This life on earth is so short. It's only a blink in time. I remember when I was young, my illusion of time was that time was slow. Summers lasted forever. Now at 64, summers just fly by. The years just fly by. At times I look back and say, what happened? Where did time go? This life is so precious. Yet the great masters have said, hold on to the jewel within. Go inside and discover your true nature. Your true essence is timeless. You were never created, nor will you ever be destroyed. Life is eternal. I remember when I was a kid, I was told that once you die, you no longer existed. You vanished into thin air, never to be seen again. I really didn't like that theory. That was gold to me. I love the idea that there's an ocean of love and we merge into the universe. I love the idea that we are the universe. We just don't know it. That at the time of death, we go back to the source. God does not judge us. God does not condemn us. I like this kind of thinking. In my experience, these words are true. God is our partner. He has never left our side. This is one reason why these poems are created. Hopefully, it will entice you to discover your true nature. What an incredible journey we are on, building sandcastles in the sand. Come and join me, build sandcastles among the stars. If death approaches you, what do? Now, good old Bugs Bunny might say, don't take life so seriously. You will never get out of it alive. It's not a question of if, but when. Re-roll the dice in our life. I remember being young and riding a razor's edge when surfing a huge wave. If you fell, you were in for your worst nightmare. Imagine being held underwater for what seems to be an eternity. At times, you may be held down for 2 ways. At that time, you really are aware of how precious your breath is. You mustn't panic. You must let go and totally relax. I think that surfing and meditation teaches one about death. All surfers at one time or another get into a circumstance bordering between life and death. It can go either way. Yet the surfer keeps on surfing. Not all. In the 60s, a famous surfer named Greg Knoll took off in a way that nobody should ever take off on. He was the wave of the century. He didn't make the wave, but he made the drop. He got him obliterated. Greg made it to shore and gave up surfing. I probably would have too. He escaped the lion's den. Surfing brings one to the borderline of life and death. If you're not a surfer, it's hard to describe. Your awareness changes over time. Meditation is just like surfing, only you catch the wave inside. Meditation brings one to the same state of being borderline between life and death. Life and death are only one breath away. Life and death are intertwined. Ask a surfer and a meditator. They will tell you they're almost one and the same. In reality, we never die. The body does. Yet our soul is eternal and timeless. You are the universe. Death unites you back to your true state. This is your true nature. A surfer rides the wave and feels the harmony of the universe. He can't truly express it, yet he goes on surfing forever. I have been meditating for many moons. Surfing and meditating are both ways to truly capture the wave of life. Your respect for life is enhanced. When you are brought to a life and death situation, your perspective changes. Somehow, you see how precious life is. Maybe that's what it's all about. Gratitude of being alive fuses into your being. Wow, I'm alive. Wow, the end of your journey is about to end. You're about to take your last breath. This was an incredible journey you had. Another journey is about to be embarked on. You see, your body dies, but your essence is eternal. You are about to become one with the universe. You are about to become one with God. This is your true nature. You are like a raindrop returning to the ocean. The raindrop merges into the ocean. You merge with God. You come into this world from God. Slowly over time, you forget your true nature. Upon death, you go back to the source. All the great masters have said, discover the essence behind your breath. Something is keeping you alive. Your breath is ever so precious. Don't take it for granted. Your breath is a gift from God. The more you become aware of your breath, the vast mysteries of life will be revealed. Your true nature is kindness. Your true nature is love and compassion. Your true nature is patience and tolerance. You are the universe. You just don't know it. The greatest treasures lie inside of us. We have a tendency to think that happiness lies outside of ourselves. It never has and never will. That precious car you always wanted will soon be a headache. At first it's like, wow, I always wanted this. The first few weeks the car brings you so much happiness. You show it off to your friends and take them for a spin in your new car. Unfortunately, after a period of time, the thrill is gone. B.B. King even wrote a song about this. Many people think that these gifts are truly there. Why don't I know it? Well, there is a mind within. Yes. There are diamonds within. Yes. How do you dig for diamonds? You need a shovel and a pick. To answer this riddle in life, you need to learn how to dig the jewel inside of you. That's what all these sayings are for. The miracle of life lies behind your breath. Follow your breath moment to moment. This is where your incredible journey begins. Where is the temple of God? Man searches near and far. We think the true temple exists outside of ourselves. Billions of dollars have been spent over time building external places of worship. Yes, they are great ways for communities to come together. But where does God reside? God resides everywhere. God resides in this universe and beyond. There's not a single space in the universe where God does not exist. Yet man, at times, is looking in the wrong place. The great masters of old said that the great temple lies in your heart. Is that a paradox? Man has spent his entire life searching for God, and the whole time the answer lies within. I see some irony in this picture, yet we have been told many different stories. Some of them were true, and some of them made up. Some of them were meant to control you and make you feel bad. But the journey of the heart begins when you realize that God exists inside of you. This is your true place of worship. Now, I'm not saying change your religion. God, in essence, is no religion. Keep your religion. You will see the true beauty of your religion. When you discover God within, you will see the unity of all religions. There is a thread of love tying us all together. This is our true state. God wants us to discover our true nature. When mankind does this, peace will be on earth. War is obsolete. The universe does not fight itself. God does not fight itself. Only man fights. This is an old way of thinking. Humanity can change. The temple of God lies inside. You can discover it. Moment by moment, your awareness can be on God. Ponder this over. A great awakening is taking place. You have a piece of this puzzle. Is life like a cosmic merry-go-round? Everything is spinning. Look at the Earth and the planets spinning around the sun. Look at the spinning galaxies. To me, it was like a cosmic merry-go-round. Everything is in sync and in motion. Nothing ever stops. It's constantly in motion. Yet at times we are oblivious to this. We are driving in our cars with our cell phones. Did you know the Mayans had a calendar where the cycle was 24,000 years? What a ride that must be. We are proud to have a calendar based upon the Earth traveling around the Sun for 1 year. How about a calendar that lasts 24,000 years? Where do they get that kind of knowledge? They didn't have any kind of modern day instruments. To be honest, I'm loving seeing that science and religion is slowly melting into each other. Both the scientists and the mystic have their own laboratories. The mystic has one within, and the scientist is external. Both of them are doing research. Both of them are gaining wisdom. The scientist may say, "What does the mystic know?" The mystic will simply smile. There is nothing to prove. The truth needs no convincing. I'm looking forward to the day where scientists are mystics. When that happens, I think that's when things really will be interesting. When man embraces peace, many incredible inventions will come out. These inventions can't come to Earth if man is still warm with each other. The mystics are discovering the field, which is quantum energy, which ties the entire universe together. A human being can connect to the field. Mystics have known this for thousands of years. Ponder this over. Discover the merry-go-round of life inside of you. Time passes in every breath. The mystics have said that you only have so many breaths. Nobody knows how many we have. Each individual has a different count. Yet, I really don't think destiny is cast in stone. We can learn how to be conscious and learn how to change our ways. But time slips away with each breath. We must be aware of the miracle of the breath. We take it for granted. All the great masters talked about the breath of life. Behind our breath is the power that is keeping the universe alive. We just aren't aware of it. We always look external to find God. But the great masters have said, the kingdom of heaven lies within. God is hidden under our inner pillow. What a incredible game of hide and seek. This is probably the greatest game man can play. The great masters have given us hints to where to find God. Many great books have been written on this. They can't walk the path for you. They can't play the game for you. It's up to you to decide if you want to play in this game. You have free will. This is the law of the universe. Nobody will take that away from you. These sayings or poems
stories are hopefully inspiring you. They were meant for you to ponder over life. They are meant for you to see a different side of the story in life. We aren't trying to convince you or trick you. The truth doesn't need that. The sun just shines in the sky. The truth just shines. The truth lies inside of you. It will never go away. This is your true nature. Ponder this over. You are eternal. You are the universe.
Are made to experience. What in the world does that mean? As human beings, we come to experience life. We come to see and understand the world around us. This life is an incredible journey. This journey is infinite. It will never end. Did you know that you are hardwired to experience God? Imagine having a yellow Ferrari and keeping it in your garage the entire life. What would be the point? A yellow Ferrari is meant to be driven, yet your garage door is closed. Your yellow Ferrari is gathering dust all around. In the same manner, you are hardwired to find God. Did anyone tell you that? You are the universe. You just don't know it. God is hiding inside of you. The human body is hardwired to find God. You have free will to discover God inside of you. This is the great hide and seek game in the universe. Inside of you lies the truth. You just need to open the door. You just need to take small baby steps. You can't take a giant leap. It doesn't work that way. All the great masters have said the same thing. The kingdom of heaven lies within. Yes, we are made to experience God. Does that excite you? Does that catch your attention? Or, thanks, but no thanks. I'm not interested. No problem. You have free will. The universe won't judge you. Ponder this over. You are hardwired to find God. You are made of the same stuff as the universe. Wow. Isn't that exciting? You are stardust. You came from the universe. In fact, you are the universe. Isn't that exciting? The great masters of old talked about your great essence. We thought they were fairy tales. We thought they were just stories. Today, we send satellites out to the unknown in space. more we learn, the more we can see our knowledge is a grain of sand. The modern day mystic goes within. The modern day scientist explores the universe. Both are leading mankind for the search of the unknown. Did you know that all matter on earth came from beyond? Just stop and think for a moment. What a glorious world we live in. Signpost of time is all around us. Yet we are driving in our cars with our cell phones in our hands. What do you see? In this condition, we are lucky to see even the road. I once was told that if God ever did come back, most people wouldn't be aware. Imagine heaven can be all around you, yet you are not aware and conscious of it. You see, conscious and awareness is the key to life. That's why I say the spiritual path is the most practical path. In each and every moment, you must be aware and conscious. The more you are aware and conscious, the more you have gratitude. This is an endless journey. You can never clap your hands and say, I'm totally aware. The journey of life is eternal. You were never created. You will never die. Your body will. I find this fascinating. Just think, you are made up of the same stuff as the universe. Ponder this over. Does life throw you a curveball? We are all in the game of life. We are playing the game. We have a coach that is God. He is on the sidelines. He is rooting for us. Unfortunately, we don't know that he is there. Life throws us a curveball and we go into a tizzy. The great masters of the past taught how to hit a home run when a curveball is thrown. We must go within and find the inner coach. It's always been there. We have free choice to open the door or have the door remain shut. Ponder the meaning behind the words.
What a magnificent drop you are. Kabir, a mystic from the 15th century, said the following: all know that the drop merges into the ocean, but few know that the ocean merges into the drop. Now that's profound. A modern-day Einstein might have said that today. The entire universe exists inside of us. We are a part of the universe. Is that a paradox? We are beyond time and space. There are billions of universes. Inside of our DNA is a part that is not material. It is spiritual. No instrument known to man can detect this yet. Yet the mystics have said all along, you are hardwired for this experience.
Ponder this over. The divine words from Kabir are alive.
Where would I be without meditation? Many people ask me, why do you meditate? That's a great question. I've been meditating for many moons. I started when I was 18 years old. Meditation is the glue which binds all life. Meditation is the thread which ties us all together. Meditation is the means to listen to God. I first started to meditate for myself. Over time, it morphed into I meditate for the planet. We are all candles in the wind. Meditation places the precious candle inside of a glass lantern. The wind can't blow the candle out. I've learned the mind can be your friend or foe. In the beginning, I never knew how powerful the mind is. It takes years to train the mind. The majority of people on this planet have no idea who's in control of their life. Many of my friends were astonished when they first started to sit down and meditate. They had no idea how powerful the mind is. In the beginning, you meditated and got connected to the source. Years later, the source connects to you. When you close your eyes, God is there. He's been there all the time. You are never alone. This is why I meditate.
We see only 1% of the light spectrum. I find it quite fascinating that we see only 1% of the light spectrum. Yet, we have the hardware and software to discover God. One of the greatest mystics once said the following: "If thy eye be single, thy whole body shall be full with life." The world of science and mystics are merging together. Modern-day scientists are talking about the human body is wired to the quantum field. We can only see the 1% of the light spectrum with our physical eyes. Yet inside of us lies the pineal gland, which is the doorway to the quantum field. Mankind thinks what he sees is reality, yet we're almost missing the entire picture. The great mystics call this Maya. Maya is a great illusion. Ponder this over. We can't even imagine what we are missing. Space dust. Did you know that the formation of stars, solar systems, and galaxies come from space dust? Imagine a supernova exploding. It gets so hot it melts the dust together. This then forms small rocks. These rocks then bump into each other, therefore creating larger rocks, therefore creating boulders. Billions of years later, a planet is born. Just think, without the moon, we would all be dead. There's a yin-yang balance between the moon and Earth. The entire universe is conscious and alive. What an incredible journey of life. What gets created ultimately gets destroyed. Even our universe will someday disappear. Billions of years later, a new universe will be created. This journey of life is eternal. This is your true nature. The jewel exists inside of you. Agitated. When the mind is agitated, the body is agitated. When this body is agitated, your cells are agitated. When your cells are agitated, they no longer communicate properly. When one's daily state of mind is agitated, harmony does not exist. Disease is when the mind and body is not at ease. The whole universe is in harmony, yet man has forgotten his true nature. Take a look around you. Our politicians live in a state of agitation. When one lives in this state, wisdom does not exist. Wisdom only exists when the mind and body is calm. Ponder this over. What state of mind do you live in? The universe is always existing inside of you.
Your body is your drugstore. The art of Taoism has been around for thousands of years. I find it quite fascinating that they talk about the elixir of life. This elixir is not an herb or any external substance. This elixir exists inside of us. In India, they talk about the nectar from God that flows within. Yet here we are taking drugs for our ailments. Each drug has a huge side effect. Now, I'm not saying don't take drugs. I'm saying maybe there is a better way. For example, in China, you pay your doctor when you are healthy. You don't pay when you are sick. Mind you, in modern China, this isn't always the case. But the point is that you focus on balance and harmony. In our culture, everything is fragmented. We don't focus on the harmony of the mind, body, and soul connection. When I was young, I heard about the concept of being in harmony with the universe. To be quite frank, I had no idea what they were talking about. Here's an example of being out of balance. In my junior year, my parents took our family to Yosemite. It's probably one of the most incredible places on the planet. Yet, I couldn't see the forest from the trees. I was miserable. Why? Because I missed the ocean. Now, that's being out of balance. Before we can begin to be in harmony with the universe, let's try to be in harmony with the planet Earth. Currently, man has divorced himself from our precious Earth. We pride ourselves with the technology that we have, yet we are totally emotionally immature with the Earth. Where am I going with this? Imagine if man was in absolute harmony with the Earth. Can you imagine the wisdom that it has? It might tell you that your body is your drugstore. Every thought, whether positive or negative, secretes over 1,500 positive or negative chemicals. Currently, most of America is totally out of balance. Look at the problems today. I used to work for the USDA. I saw my friends taking up vaping. I couldn't believe how much smoke came out when they exhaled. It was at least 5 times the smoke from regular smoking. No wonder there is such an epidemic. Imagine there are drugs existing inside of you that are dormant. In order to receive them, you must be in balance and harmony. In each and every moment, we have the opportunity to be conscious and aware. Currently, we are playing the same tapes over and over again. I can guarantee you that these elixirs of life work better than any physical drugs. Your body has the intelligence to produce these for you. How many people listen to their bodies? How many people monitor their thoughts? How many people dive into silence? How many people monitor their actions? You see, there is a moment-by-moment conscious event. When we are unconscious, chaos exists. Look at the world around you. Does it seem to be in balance and harmony? The question is, do you want to change? Are you content with the current conditions? This isn't just Richard on a soapbox. I'm asking real questions. What do you think? You are your savior. Nobody's going to save you except yourself. All the scriptures point the way, but we must walk on this path. This human body is hardwired to find God within. We are on this incredible journey to discover our true nature. We are out of balance, and yet we can learn how to be in balance. These are exciting times. Millions of people are waking up. Apathy. The definition of apathy is as follows: lack of interest, enthusiasm, or concern. When it comes to man discovering the jewel within, apathy is there. When the great teachers told you to be aware of your breath at all times, apathy is there. When the mystics and scientists say, "You are the universe," apathy is there. When one says, "You are never alone," apathy is there. Man is more interested in his football games than the secrets of the universe. Look at the roaring crowd rooting for their home teams. What a buzz of energy is in the air. Yet, we have a total lack of interest, enthusiasm, or concern for the unknown. I find that quite fascinating. Signposts of God are all around, yet we could care less. This human body is hardwired to discover God within, yet a football game gathers great enthusiasm, while the unknown seems boring. No wonder humanity is in such a mess. Intuition. The definition for intuition is as follows: the ability to understand something immediately without the need for conscious reasoning. We all have intuition built in, yet for the majority of people it is dormant. We spend so much time developing our intellect. As a child we had it, yet society, over time, frowned upon it. I find that ironic. We all have that gut feeling of intuition. We all, at some point in time, listen in our gut in times of danger. For many people, their intuition has saved their life. Intuition can be cultivated. The more you pay attention to something, the more attention it pays to you. It's like a tuning fork. A tuning fork will vibrate at the frequency that is in the air. For example, close your eyes. Focus on your breath. When you feel calm, focus your attention on your gut. Scientists have found there's a second brain in your gut. Focus your attention there. The calmer you get over time, your intuition will be clearer. Your subconscious will talk to you through feelings. You'll be able to understand something without your conscious mind. Your intuition will take you to places where you can't even imagine. We're thinking inside of the box. Your intuition is outside of the box. Great wisdom streams through your intuition. You are tapping into the quantum field. Many great scientific discoveries came from the field of intuition. A person who learns to develop his intuition becomes wiser over time. With so much information we are bombarded with, a person with intuition can sort through what is true and what is false. Good old Albert Einstein used intuition in his daily life. Teach your children this wisdom. You may not be interested, but your children or grandchildren definitely need this. They will soar in life. Intuition is the key to help guide us. We all have an internal GPS system with us.